Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Tuesday morning, I'm in the office, taking care of business, paying bills, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. If anybody out there wants coaching or mentoring, go to my website. I always put the link below. I found a list online of the best places and the worst places to meet women. So let's go through it together, see what we think of this. I may agree or may not agree with some of their list. Let's see. Let's start off with the worst places, and then that way we can end off with the best places and have the video end on a positive note. So the worst places to meet women for you single guys. Number one, it says nightclub. Now, I would assume they mean nightclubs and bars, that type of atmosphere. I've had pretty good luck meeting women at nightclubs and bars. In fact, in my experience, if you're just looking to get laid, that's a great place to meet some dumb, broken, drunk, cute chick who just wants to go home and get banged silly. It's a perfectly good place. You do that 7 nights a week. But I think why it's on the list of worst places, nightclubs, is because the type of woman that you're going to meet at that environment is not long-term relationship material. That's not going to be your next wife. That's going to be your next one-night stand or 2-week fling, possibly. So, nightclubs, worst places to meet women. The next one, it says strip clubs. I don't know who goes to strip clubs to meet chicks. However, I dated a stripper. I didn't meet her at a strip club, but I've had strippers proposition me. And a lot of them are whores. However, there are regular, I don't know if you call them regular women, civilians, not strippers, who go to strip clubs to meet guys, because there's lots of guys with money, who hang out at strip clubs. And side note, the strippers, they hate those chicks in the audience who are there to meet guys. But what type of chick really goes and hangs out at a strip club? It just seems weird to me. Where did you and Grandma meet? I met your grandma down at the strip club. Big bosoms. So number 2, worst places to meet women, strip club. Number 3, this may surprise you, but it doesn't surprise me. Worst places to meet women is at your work. Terrible place to meet a woman, because if it doesn't work out, for whatever reason, you still have to see her at work. So one of you, is going to have to transfer or quit? What happens then? Especially if it's a terrible breakup. But say if the relationship does work out. Oh, you met your dream girl. Now you're stuck with her all day long and all night. You need some time away. Trust me, both of you are going to need your own separate lives and some time away from each other. You can't have every waking moment. You wake up next to her, you go to work and see her all day at work, you hang out with her all night. No way, man. No way. So work is a bad place to meet women, or should I say to get into a relationship with a woman. Number 4, on worst places to meet women, and then we'll go to the best places, is your neighbor. And I've made this mistake. If by some chance it doesn't work out, just like at work, she's right across the street, and that happened to me. The local bar was only about a mile down the road. I used to walk to it. This was years ago. And one day I saw a chick from my neighborhood. I didn't know exactly where she lived, but I knew that she lived in my neighborhood. And I lived in a neighborhood full of apartment buildings. It was like apartment land. Every building on the block was apartments, and the next block over, and the next block over. I knew she lived somewhere. I saw her at the bar, and we hit it off. We hooked up, and turns out she lived right across the street. Pretty convenient, huh? We dated for about a week. And like some cheap bubble gum, she chewed me up, chewed all the flavor out, spit me out onto the curb. We were done. I liked her. And she went on to the next guy. And every time I check my mail or go to the car or look out the window, well, there she is with this fucking guy. So that didn't feel too good. So worst places to meet women, your neighbor. Now let's go to the best places. So the first one on their list for the best places to meet women, this is where you want to meet a woman for a long-term relationship, because that's the ideal, is the gym. Now the gym is a hard place to meet women, but that's the type of woman that you want, right? Somebody who's on a disciplined routine of lifestyle management, exercise, nutrition, mind, body, and soul. We're doing that here. It'd be nice to meet a woman who's doing that also. But the gym is a hard place to meet women because women don't typically go to the gym to meet guys. They'll go there without any makeup on, without looking really their best, with their little earbuds in, and even if they are wearing these ridiculous outfits that show their nipples and their camel toe and their butt cracks and all of that, they generally don't want to be messed with, oddly enough. However, a buddy of mine, I just saw him at the gym today, good dude. He met his current wife, they have 3 kids, and he is in a very wonderful relationship with a wonderful woman, and they met at the gym. So it can work. It certainly worked for my buddy. I've been going to the gym for a long time. I've never once ever in my life, never once ever, got a phone number or had an interesting conversation with a girl at the gym. Never once. But it says here, best places to meet women, the gym. So, okay. Let's go to the next one. What is it? The best places to meet women, number 2, is a cafe. And it has / a lounge. Now, I'm not sure what a lounge is. What the hell is a lounge? Is a lounge like a bar? I don't know why they say lounge. So let's just stick with cafe. Coffee shops, cafes is a perfectly fine place to meet a woman, and it's not as hard as a gym to approach a woman. However, she may still be buried in a book or have her earbuds on or on her laptop messing around. But women expect, I don't know if they expect, but they tolerate, and it's a common place to chat with somebody, to meet people. I met a wonderful girl. This was years and years and years ago. She was amazing. It was just, the timing was so off. I met her at the coffee shop. She overheard a conversation I was having with a buddy of mine, and he was an outlaw prospect at the time. I kind of lost touch with him, so I don't know if he joined the Outlaws or another 1% club, but that was his route. And we were at the coffee shop talking about politics. Now, it wasn't an argument or anything, but we were talking about politics, something I rarely do, and she overheard the conversation and I guess got offended. So as he had his thing to do and I was going to get up and leave, she caught me walking by her table and was like, "Excuse me, but I overheard something you said," and she wanted to start a little fight with me over it. A friendly little political fight at a coffee shop with a guy you don't know. So I sat down and I set her straight on my point, and we ended up just chatting and having a conversation. Well, 4 hours go by. I thought I was abducted by aliens. I thought my watch, my cell phone, I thought it was all wrong. The clock on the wall, I'm like, no, that can't be right. 4 hours. So I was like, "Hey, you're really amazing. Let's go out on a date." And she says, "Well, I would love to go on a date with you, but I'm moving to Japan for good. Permanently leaving. Not a vacation. I'm going forever. Never coming back. In 2 days." So I was like, "Hey, well, we can stay in touch on social media, but let's hang out again anyways." So we met at the same coffee shop, same table, the very next day. Now, I'm not kidding with you. We sat and chatted, and I'm not kidding. 6 hours went by like that. Like it was 5 minutes. I swear it was like a Harry Potter kind of spell, magic. I looked up, I went up to get another cup of coffee and to go to the bathroom, and 6 hours had gone by. Me and her both were amazed that we could get so wrapped up in each other and lose track of time, the whole world. But nonetheless, she did move to Japan. So you can meet women at cafes or coffee shops. Another one is a routine spot. Best places to meet women, number 3, a routine spot. Now, a routine spot could be anywhere that you go routinely. The laundromat, the grocery store, wherever. It could be a cafe, it could be the gym, anywhere. Routine spot. You go to lunch somewhere. Maybe there's a cute chick at the pizza place that you go to. Who knows? That's not a bad option. I know a guy who married his wife, his current wife, and they're hopelessly in love. They make a perfect couple. He met her at the hardware store. She was one of the many cashiers at the hardware store, and he would always get in her line, and the flirtations turned into a date and turned into a marriage. So routine spots are a good place to meet women. Number 4, best places. We could probably philosophize on this together. If you guys want to talk about this, you can contact me. But on this list that I found, and this is from a relationship coach, volunteering is a best place. I don't know if that is what they're saying is the best place, but it kind of implies, since it's the last one on the list, that volunteering is the best place to meet women. I've never volunteered. Have I? I have to think about it. No, I don't think I've ever volunteered for like charity or that kind of stuff. I've never gone to feed the homeless. I've been homeless, and I remember when the church people would come and feed us, and you tolerate it. You get the food, the free food, and then they want to talk to you about Jesus. So you sit there and listen to them talk about Jesus as you're trying to scarf down a bologna sandwich and save your own life so you can live till lunchtime. But volunteering is a place where you're going to meet good women, a wholesome woman, a traditional woman, a woman who cares about others, possibly someone who is reading on a Friday night as opposed to out at the club twerking. So volunteering, you can explore that. Now, I would add to this list, let me just add to it, and I'll add it to the volunteering notion. Church is not a bad place to meet women. It depends on the church, but this is how I'll tie it into the volunteering. If you go to a church, like a big church that has church groups, and many churches have church groups, you join a church group. Many of these church groups do charity, they do volunteer work, they help the community, and in the church group, maybe not on a Sunday service when you're sitting in the pews listening to the service, but in the church group, they do Bible studies and get-togethers, whatever. That may be a very good place for you to meet somebody and to tie it into your volunteer work. Food for thought.